Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today what we're going to be doing is just a little quick garage update. I had a lot of people ask kind of what's coming up. I did have a different video planned for right now, the one you're watching, but my GoPro, sorry I can't say that bit, but my GoPro unalived itself again today, so I do need to save for a new GoPro. But first, track days, we'll talk about that in a second. First and foremost, and this is probably the only bike I can actually roll into view, the little CB750 that could, I mean you can't even really see that, but that's okay. If you've been following my Instagram, you will have seen that we did a Blue Ridge Parkway trip. I took Stromboli, excuse me, and Toaster rode the CB. A couple of things that did come up while we were going. It was 1,000 miles, so it was a little bit different for it, but this is kind of hitchy. Like I can feel that a little hitchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to even probably rebuild this. I'm going to look at getting a brand new master cylinder, something more modern, because this is from 1997. There are better options available. We're going to rebuild the forks and put in new springs, more suitable for her. Maybe progressive ones as well, so they're easier. We're going to rebuild the carbs, because I did take them out, check them over when I first bought the bike, but I haven't rebuilt them yet, so I'm going to do that. And we're also probably going to do the rear shocks. So that's kind of the plan for this bike is, and obviously rebuild the caliper and or find a more modern caliper for the front to go along with the master cylinder. That's kind of the plans for this one. Pretty straightforward, pretty, you know, nothing crazy. But I think that should be kind of interesting. But it ran great. I mean, it absolutely earned any form of investment, because it really ran super good. The V-Strom, the front tire has like, I think 10,000 miles on it now, and it's wearing kind of weird. And I think it's wearing weird. I've read stuff about the beak. So the next thing on the V-Strom will likely be a front tire at some point. I'll keep running that one until I can't, because money. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. Cannot complain on the V-Strom. I really don't need to make any other changes to it. I did buy an Enduristan tail pack just because it was available and quick, that I brought on the trip. But I'll go through that in a kind of a trip summary video we'll do, just to say what was good and what was bad about both bikes. I know people enjoy those, so I'll run through those. The Z, hopefully doing a track day very soon, hopefully June, this month. Is it going to be this month by the time you see this? 30 days, half September, April, June and November. No, so by the time, the day after you see this, the only thing I do have to do still is lose more preload off the rear shock. So might even do that in this video, we'll see. And then finally, now that my back is cooperating and acting like a back again, we're going to do some work on this bad boy, because I really wanted to have more done on this by now, but the fact of the matter is I don't. So we need to figure that out. First and foremost, what I'm going to do, so I don't know how well the light's going to carry over here. I do also want to get a softbox. I need to charge this back up. Not that it's probably fine. But one person did message me, because we have a weird issue on this, right? That when I turn this on, we have neither neutral switch, and we also don't seem to have the pulse generator. Now, they're both routed from the same place, right? Which is behind this cover. They come out just, I think it's these ones right here, I believe. And someone, yeah, I know you can't really see it, but pretty sure it's behind this, the timing cover. And I probably will do the timing belts. I haven't decided that yet. Let me know, you want to see that? But someone did mention, check my fuses, so I'm going to do that like today, because apparently that can obviously do it. And it is weird that they're both gone, unless someone pinched the cables coming from behind the timing cover. So I'm going to do, maybe in this video as well, we'll see. I might just kind of try to clean those out a little bit, wiggle them around and see do we even get the pulse back, because you should be able to tell, is your pulse generator working, purely from the RPMs kind of bumping up and down as you crank it. So we might even be able to check that. And other than that, then yeah, I need to pull the carbs back out off this guy, which doesn't take very long, pretty easy to access. And then I might look at, obviously at some point the oil needs to come out. I do also need to take out the coolant, redo that. And while I'm doing it, I might price a new rad, just to have the rad changed, because obviously I don't know the history, but I'm sure the coolant's been in there a long time at this point. But I mean, other than that, this thing cranks, and it's in very good condition otherwise. So I do obviously have the forks ready to do. I have the new seals, have all that. I have the brakes rebuilt. I have the master cylinders rebuilt. I have the new brake lines, new clutch lines. So hopefully we won't be looking at too long a job. And then I do want to do the rear shocks as well before this goes on the road. And of course I need to take off the rear wheel, check the rear wheel bearings, and have a look at that rear caliper. But that's kind of the update for this bike. It's fine, you know, it's fine. And that's kind of it. I mean, I don't really have any huge plans. I would like to do a quick shifter on that at some point. Don't have the money at the moment. Do want to buy new tires for it before the track day. And also do the chain and sprockets on it, because I don't know the history of them, and they don't, I mean, they work, but I would rather, you know, I would rather have it more correct. So what I'm going to do real quick is change out the fuses on this guy, and then we can see what we have. I did have a funny one actually recently. It was a couple of weeks ago. Someone asked, they messaged me and said, "Hey, you know, we saw that you did this on the Gixxer, and would you be interested in doing it on my Gixxer?" And I said, well, two things. Number one, no, I'm not a mechanic, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that as not a mechanic, you know. These fuses look okay. My investigations will probably have to go deeper than the fuses, unfortunately. But yeah, they were asking, "Oh, would you do my Gixxer?" I said, you know, no. Not only because I don't live in Ireland anymore, so I can't. Because they were from Ireland. I should add that. But also, you know, I'm not a mechanic or whatever else. So, but it is funny because I've gotten questions like that a few times. You know, people asking, "Oh, would you do a bit of the old work for me?" And I always feel a bit bad saying no, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm not a mechanic, and I don't feel like I'm smart enough. So, yeah, don't think that's going to change anything. No, because it is in neutral, but the neutral switch does not work. So I have been relying on the kindness of strangers on forums. Not that they have really worked well either. You know, there's a couple of things people did say to check, the tip over sensor and stuff, and I have checked all of that, but so far none of it has worked, unfortunately. Nothing really has come of any of it. Yeah, it's a conundrum, is this bike. I know it could just be my coil packs. But obviously I don't want to go buy a whole set of new coil packs without kind of knowing a bit more, so that's why I've been, you know, not urgently doing that, we shall say. So yeah, that is the conundrum of the Valkyrie, but we will get there. I'll do more digging, and of course I will let you all know. But one thing I did want to ask is, you know, obviously the people, the denizens of the internet, might know more. And only because it doesn't say it on the thing. But this is the fuse box, which I just went through. But this guy here, let me focus here. So this guy, right here, I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a 3-prong fuse thing, but I don't know what it's for. If anyone out there knows, please do. Whoops, wrong way. Please do tell me. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge up this battery now, so I can get back to work on it, and we will be moving again soon. But otherwise, yeah, the V-Strom now is like 23,000 plus miles on it, so I get a lot of questions on it. I will make an update video, kind of like a longer term review on it soon. But for now, it's just basically commuting me to work again tomorrow. Is going to be the plan. So, you know, I've had several questions about, ooh, camera's very askew. So, you know, I've had several questions as well recently about, you know, you haven't bought a bike yet this year. Are you okay? And while it is true, I have bought a bike every year for the last several years, I don't know will I get one this year. I probably won't be, to be quite honest with you, because obviously I did a lot of work that I wanted to do to the ZZ. The V-Strom is suiting me literally perfectly for trips and daily stuff. I want to do work to the CB750 for toaster, and I want to get the Valkyrie running and running nicely. So honestly, the Valkyrie will probably be back to being a pretty big focus on the channel very soon. I know this is probably not the video a lot of people are expecting, but a lot of people had a lot of questions, so I'm trying to answer them as well as I can. Any more trips this year was another question. I don't know. I would like to do a few more, but we shall see. And yeah, there will be a video, like 1 or 2 videos for the Blue Ridge Parkway trip. Not like in-depth travel videos, because I was traveling obviously with Toaster. It was her first big trip. So a lot of my actual time that would have otherwise been spent being able to not focus as much and make my videos was spent watching my rear view mirrors, which you'll see in the 360 cam footage, to make sure that everyone was okay and everyone was comfortable, because that was the main purpose, was enjoy my trip but make sure everyone got there safely, because I was leading the ride basically. And yeah, I mean, from an actual mechanical perspective that I can fix, the Valkyrie is pretty good. It turns over. Carbs are fine. I do need to pull them out again and do 1 or 2 more bits and pieces to them, but like carbs are fine. I don't mind working on carbs. And obviously forks and all that, fine. The electrical gremlin is the one I do need to figure out, but we will get there, and we will register it and we will get it on the road. So I am really looking forward to getting this on the road. Really looking forward to it. My aim was by summer. Obviously back injury kind of delayed that, but anyone who has been sticking with it and asking questions, I do appreciate your interest. I do a lot, and sorry that it has been delayed from injury stuff, and also the work that I was doing on the Z. But the Z did take priority, and I'm so happy that I did all the work to the Z, because I really love riding it now, with the springs done and all that stuff done, especially the springs. Springs were huge. Oh, and one thing I did forget to mention is I'm probably going to do springs front and back on the V-Strom as well. So that is in the works. Obviously I have to save to do all this stuff, so yeah, let's see. But yeah, that's kind of the plans, is some kind of nice tastier upgrades for the CB, maybe a quick shifter for the Z and rear sets if I can somehow finagle money from somewhere. Springs for the V-Strom. V-Strom will be pretty much left alone. I really like it how it is. I just love this bike. I don't need to touch it. And then the Valkyrie, get it running, get it on the road. As soon as it's running and on the road, and I'm enjoying it, I will probably take it back apart and get it painted. So we'll see about that. I might paint it beforehand if I can get it running comfortably in here and everything sounds good. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, thanks for the interest. Thanks for the questions. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll either address them there or in another video. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate your time and your interest in everything that I do here bike related. Also, thank you for people who think I could work on their bikes, but I am not a mechanic. If you're a friend of mine and you live near me, of course I will help out. I love teaching people about bikes. But I'm not a mechanic, so I appreciate your confidence. But no, I don't think I could work on someone else's bike unless they're like a pretty close friend and wouldn't get upset with me if I called them and was like, "Oops, I broke something," and I'll fix it, but I broke it. So yeah, that's it. Until next time, thank you again for watching. Special thank you as always to all of my patrons. Sorry the trip and GoPro blowing up again delayed some early access videos, but we will get back on track. We have every time so far, so I have faith in myself, even if no one else does sometimes. As in, I sometimes don't have faith in myself. Most of the time other people do. But yeah, I appreciate all your support all of the time. A lot. It's very nice to be able to have a savings fund purely for bikes that I don't need to worry about anything else other than taxes. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching again. Adios. Outro crew. I've mentioned it before. I didn't want to mention it in the video again because I'd just be harping on. But one bike I would buy if I could, I don't know, win the lottery is, for some reason, the BMW R18B still lives in my head. Don't like the standard R18, but the R18B, I would buy one. If I could afford one, I would buy one. They're for sale on usedmotorcycle.com right now. There's like a couple of used ones with low mileage that I wish I could afford because they're so cool. I don't know why I like them so much, but I think they look so cool. I might not even fit on it, but I think they're so cool. What bike would you buy right now if you could afford it? Like not a dream bike spec, but like something that's just like outside of your budget by double what you could conceivably spend, or in my case like quadruple right now. Yeah, what would you buy if it was like a fairly like not super expensive bike? What would you buy right now? That's the question. Bye, outro crew.